So, the trick to reaching your fitness goals in your 30s is sustainability. It's not about doing something extreme and making it get done in the next 15 days. That's great if you can do that, and hats off to you. I mean, if you got kids and a full time job and craziness all over, hey, way to go. But you need something sustainable. You need a new lifestyle. You need to organize it in such a way that you have 12 months to get it done. In 6 months, you could reach one of the three goals you got, or in 12 months, you'll have developed a new lifestyle that actually sustains what you're trying to do. And that's exactly what I've developed in my life. So it's a rules based system so that I lose fat and gain muscle in the same time frame. Not necessarily at the same time, but you want to maintain as much muscle as possible when you're burning fat off your body. Yeah. And you want to lose the fat and keep it off. You don't want to yo yo all around, right? So in order for me to do that, it's a rules based system that I've got to follow. I eat in an 8 hour window during the day, just a 16-8 fasting schedule. Real simple, real easy to maintain. If you stopped eating around 6 p.m., you can eat again after 10 a.m. the next day. That's easy enough, right? You check that little fasting box. Some days you can do longer, some days might be shorter. Great, but in general, 16-8 is what I'm following. Okay, that's fair enough. When I do eat, I'm counting calories. It's pretty simple. I mean, you just look at your portions, jot it down on a piece of paper, figure out what you're eating. And for me, I eat around 2,000 calories a day. If I'm under that, awesome. If I'm a little over that, hey, watch out what you're eating. Just be smart about it because I burn 3,000 plus a day. That's what my Fitbit says. So every time I'm burning roughly 3,300 calories a day on that Fitbit, then that's like a 10% error. If it's tracking at a 10% error, then that's 3,000 a day, right? And I easily hit 3,300 each day. It's just not too hard to do. So eating 2,000 calories, burning 3,000, I'm in a 1,000 calorie deficit. Easy enough, and I'm eating in that window. Awesome. Um, a lot of people like to restrict what they eat. Like I don't touch sweets or no carbs, and that's fine. Go ahead, knock yourself out. But if you've ever been crunched for time, I mean, making a quesadilla is pretty fast, and they're tasty. And salsa is basically negligible in calories. So, yeah, a restriction diet, it fits some lifestyles. But for me, I'm just going to eat whatever my wife cooks, whatever I've made, and I'll just track the calories. I'm trying to keep protein high. Okay, the closer I can get to 100 grams a day, great. If it's more than that, awesome. If it's less, I hope it's at least 75 grams a day. Just keep the protein high. I feel more satisfied over time. It's very filling, and I know my muscle. They're not going to wither away to nothing because they have building blocks for all the exercise that I do, and that takes us over to the exercise side. All right, I'm working out 3 times a week, full body. Okay, mostly focusing in compound lifts, so squats, deadlifts, bench, and just trying to get strength numbers up. So what are the numbers that I'm putting up? I've put on 100 pounds onto my squat in the last 2 months because I came back to the barbell. If you followed this series even slightly, I wasn't working out for a long time, and we got some workout equipment, and it feels good. My squat isn't the most impressive thing in the world. I'm not setting any world records, but I'm 35. I went from 95 pounds on the squat bar over to 195. Great. And I felt really comfortable doing that. And it's still rising. So keep on, Luke. Do your thing. And doing that 3 times a week, the resistance training, makes you feel good, makes you feel capable. You feel stronger, you feel thick, you feel like Goku. And also running. I do running for cardio, and about 3 times a week, run my mile. So it's not a lot, but it's something to keep my heart in shape. And so those two sides of the exercise coin, lifting weights, doing cardio, very helpful. And I don't add that into the calorie deficit. I could, but it's more tracking I got to do. I just track what I put in my mouth, keep it under 2,000 calories a day, or sometimes it's 2,200. What are you gonna do? But if that deficit is roughly 1,000 calories a day, the final piece that keeps my whole plan together, that puts me on track for roughly 100 days. I've given myself until December 2025 to hit my goals. Okay. The final piece of that is a piece of paper. with tally marks on it. And what I've done is I have roughly 100,000 calories I need to burn, all right, to lose about 20 to 25 pounds of fat. 100,000 calories. It comes out to like 105,000, but I've put that many tally marks onto a piece of paper, just 105 tally marks. So every day that I am under in a calorie deficit of at least 1,000 calories, I erase one of the tally marks. Very, very simple. Okay. And by tracking what I'm eating, I'm not adding tally marks because I'm very strict on my diet. Simple enough. When those tally marks reach zero, hopefully I'll be at my goals, which are a 12 to 15% body fat percentage, roughly 160 pounds. I think it's pretty manageable. I need to lose about 20 pounds of fat, and I need to put on 1 to 3 pounds of muscle in the next year. And you could say I'm a beginner lifter. You could say I'm intermediate because I have a lot of experience with lifting, but I took like 5 years off kind of thing and recently got back to it in the last few months. So if you said I'm a beginner, sure, but I'm like a pseudo beginner. I'm not going to get like crazy beginner gains. But you'd put me in that category because my strength stats are not off the charts and my body's responding really well. I'm adding 5 pounds to the bar every week, like a starting strength program. So that's what works for me. Keep it simple. Track your calories, set yourself a goal, give yourself a long timeline, and make a piece of paper with some tally marks on it that you get to erase every day. You gamify it, it makes it fun. And then all the other chaos in your life you can manage. You can put all your focus on the other chaos because in your plan, you want that quesadilla? Eat the quesadilla. Relax. You'll get there. And I'll keep you updated along the way. So, have a good one. Talk to you later.